don't forget this weekend it's the Northern Shooting Show in Harrogate.
Oh, hello.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Say good evening, Kazzy.
Good evening.
So tonight we're out foxing with the chaps from MGR. It's quite cold. I'm kitted out with my usual Tika 223 Super Varmint. Kaz is on the Howard 1500 in 223, and he's got the Pard 007. And Josh is in the truck watching Netflix.
There's something far right hand corner of this field. Right at the end.
As soon as you're done with this video, please pop over to the Amazon page where you'll find lots of gifting ideas and kit. There's a link to that in the video's description. He's charging it.
Ah, that's not what I thought it was. Oh, I'll go back and find Bobby.
Yeah, it seemingly set a bit of a precedent for the rest of the evening that we seem to be able to call badger after badger, and we didn't see too many foxes around. Andy and Kazzy have done a phenomenal job and cleared over 200 foxes off this piece of ground, which is a large scale chicken farm with agricultural land surrounding it. We did, however, spot a set of eyes way off in the distance, and that's partly due to the new PBRL laser that I'm using. You can actually see eye shine way out past the 4/500 even yard marker there.
The fox is in the field now, look, on the tram line. Yeah, he's coming up the tram line. There you go, look, there's two.
Fairly convinced that the other set of eyes with the fox back there was a cub, we decided to just watch and observe as this fox actually came to within, I don't know, 180 or so yards, but as you'll see in a second, it got too close to the badger. They had a little bit of a scuffle and the fox hastily retreated back to the other side of the field there. I'm so gutted I didn't get this fox's activities on camera before I actually took the shot. But this fox was actually trying to steal a lamb from underneath a load of sheep. Again, I'm gutted I didn't actually get the footage on camera for you, but we didn't come away from that evening empty-handed. We managed to bag that one as I walked out into the field and got it. I was observing a deer while Kazzy shot another one, and then we came across this one, which we had to take fairly swiftly.
Down you go.
We had to get on that one quick. What we got here? Dog. Good looking fox. Healthy looking specimen. I should say it was, with a diet of chickens that it had. We also managed to call in a herd of cows. So skip forward a few nights. And it's Mark's birthday. Happy birthday, Mark. We're out on the... Yeah, you're welcome. We're out on the foxes again tonight. We've had a fairly successful couple of weeks, but tonight we've arrived at a new residential location with a fox problem. So we are going to see if we can sort that out. Stay tuned. Speak to you in a bit. With the large paddock being L-shaped, we want to be somewhere over near the tractor, but just as we're about to move off, Mark spots a little movement right over the other side of the paddock, approaching sort of 200-ish yards away. So as the fox disappeared out of sight, we got in position and waited a good hour or more, trying several different calls, but we didn't actually see the fox again that evening. So we decided to up sticks and move on to our second location for that evening. We had seen a fox here a few nights previously, so I put the Icotec GC500 caller raised on a fence post, got well hidden because it was quite a bright moon, put on my favourite call at this time of year, which was the pheasant distress call, and let that do its thing. With such a bright moon, we kept ourselves hidden against the embankment so that we weren't silhouetted high on the bank there, and it paid dividends as I flicked the caller from pheasant distress over to my other favourite call at this time of year, the rabbit distress call. We saw a set of eyes way off in the distance, and it was quite some time before this fox made his way down a very long fence line and eventually stopped at 150 yards on the nose.
So we didn't have any luck on the first stand, so we came here to a location where we knew there was a fox kicking about, and we saw it, last time we were here. We're not too sure if this is the same one, but it was a little bit foggy so we couldn't see it. But this one did come in from some distance, and he's a bit of an old timer. If you come in close, you can tell it's an old fox because he's missing most of his top front teeth here. Not too sure exactly where the shot landed. I aimed for its chest area. In fact, there you go. There's where the shot went in. So it's pretty much bib where I aimed. But yeah, he's missing most of his top set of teeth there. So that's one less Charlie to do some damage for the young birds later on when they arrive in the year. Right, we're going to go to stand number 3 now, and it's Mark's turn to shoot.
Stand number 3 now is another private residential location that's had numerous birds go missing and left the owner quite distressed at the amount of clumps of feathers and the rate in which they're losing poultry. I suggested it was likely to be a family of foxes rather than just the one, so myself and Mark attended, set up, put the caller on, but unfortunately Mark ran out of SD card space just before just before he took that shot, which was annoying. I was observing a muntjac and fawn in a neighbouring field. We kept calling though, because it's always worth doing that. Just because you've got one fox on the deck, it's always worthwhile not going straight in to do the retrieve. Keep calling, because there is a good chance, again at this time of year, you've got pairs of foxes possibly looking after young, etc. So we kept going, and sure enough, the second fox came out.
Well, Mark's just shot the dog fox, so I'm hoping this one is the vixen, and it is. It looks like I've had cubs as well. I won't be doing any more damage.
And before anybody states it, I've been doing this a long time. I know a man who can sort the cubs, so I simply gave the owner his number and he attended within the next 24 hours to resolve that problem. Moving on a couple of nights later, and I'm out with Rick. I just took a second or two to observe this barn owl going to catch his dinner, and we noticed this fox with a limp. You can see there it just holding up one of its rear legs. I didn't actually get the shot on film. I suggested we go around to the other side of the farm and head it off, knowing the direction it would take, and sure enough we came upon it several minutes after, really, but it was very quick. I literally didn't have time to press the record button, but that's why it was limping, that nasty injury there. In the same spot though, we kept calling and its mate popped out, so I took that one at a long shot off sticks.
I'll tell you what, if that's pretty certain it's down, but off of sticks, that was a pretty good distance. There it is. Oh, it's a big one. Very good size, isn't it?
Indeed it was. It was quite a long fox, but it was also quite a young fox. Either way, it's a good one to get out of the way. A little later on I saw this one and was feeling quite confident having taken that other one, but I forgot to take the safety off. So there you go, that's me stumbling down, and then I took the shot.
Oh, that was a long way. I'll tell you what. You can tell the fox has been active around here somewhere. Look, you've got a load of feathers down there. Stinks of fox here as well. They're coming under the fence here, I bet. A load of feathers here. And look, there's our Charlie down the bottom there. Whoa. There is our fox. Good stuff. Oh, big dog. I like to grow big round here. What does he weigh? 7.11 kilos, what's that? Pounds. Yeah, 15.9.
We've only just started taking the scales out with us, really, because we have had some clonkers in recent weeks. Sometimes we just forget to weigh them, to be perfectly honest with you. But watch this space, because I reckon we're going to be getting closer to the 18-pounders. We definitely have some clonkers on the ground. Here's a snippet of a fox that we also caught sight of earlier on in the evening. So once again, we headed that one off as well, myself and Rick.
Got you, you fucker.
Now, I have been after that one for a while. Yeah, pregnant vixen, or a vixen that's had cubs. I know exactly where she's come from, so we'll get the terrier man in tomorrow, sort them out.
Indeed, we're a busy twosome at this time of year. Now, skipping forward to the next evening, I decided to take a trip back solo mission to the place where me and Mark had shot the dog fox and the vixen, because the terrier man had been there and seen to the cubs, and he'd said that he'd seen another adult fox running away from the scene as he approached there on his quad bike. So I duly went back to see if I could find it, and sure enough, with the pheasant distress wailing away in the field there, the fox come running down the neighbour's bank. They've got a large duck pond. I could hear a massive commotion going on over there, so I decided to put the caller out into the field and go a bit closer, and sure enough, again, it paid dividends, because the fox read the rule book on this one and came in very nicely indeed. So that's 3 adult foxes and 5 cubs taken from this one small plot of land, so that equals one very happy landowner indeed.
One more thing, Morris, if you're watching, get well soon, mate. Hopefully I'll see you later on in the year. Thanks ever so much for watching. Take care, stay safe, and happy shooting.